How often do you hear about a man leaving everything behind? His home, his country, his comfort, just for love. Sounds like something straight out of a movie, right? Well, Richard Gere isn't just playing the role, he's living it. At 75, the Hollywood legend has packed up and moved to Spain, all for his wife, Alejandra Silva. Now, that's real-life romance.
You're moving, I keep reading in the papers.
I know, this is world news.
This is big news. You're moving?
News.
After selling his $11 million estate in New Canaan, Connecticut, Gere and Alejandra settled in Madrid, specifically in the luxurious neighborhood of La Moraleja. And when I say luxurious, I mean it. Over 8,600 square feet of pure comfort. It's the perfect place for them to raise their young children while soaking in the Spanish lifestyle. So why the big move? Well, for Richard, it was simple. He owed it to his wife. For Alejandra, it will be wonderful to be closer to her family, her lifelong friends, and her culture. Gere shared.
My wife is Spanish, and she gave me about 7 years here.
Yeah.
And so we're going to spend some years in Madrid.
That's the kind of balance and commitment we love to see in relationships. Now, if anyone wondered whether Richard is truly happy in Spain, he's made it clear he absolutely loves it. He told Vanity Fair Spain, "I love Spain and I think your lifestyle is fabulous. The food is extraordinary, and the people exude sensitivity and generosity. Safe to say he's settling in just fine."
How great is this chapter in your life?
The top of the top.
It is.
Yeah, I love my wife. She's incredible, a great mother.
Yeah.
The kids are healthy and happy. Of course, there's nothing more than that.
A few months ago, he also admitted, "The kids are happy, and there's nothing better than that." And he's not just saying that, he's fully embracing his new life in Spain, even indulging in local traditions like enjoying chocolate con churros at Christmas with Alejandra.
Yes, we love Spain.
Actually, yes, I do love Spain. Our kids love Spain. My wife.
The whole family seems to be thriving in their new life. Richard and Alejandra share 2 sons, 5-year-old Alexander and 4-year-old James, along with Alejandra's 11-year-old son, Albert, from her previous marriage. Richard is also dad to his adult son, Homer, from a previous relationship.
4-year-old, the 5-year-old,
And your beautiful family.
and my 24-year-old.
And just recently, he got to celebrate his very first Spanish Father's Day. Alejandra marked the occasion with a heartfelt social media post, sharing intimate family photos. One particularly touching snapshot showed Richard running along the shore with his boys. Captured in stunning black and white, it's clear that for Richard, family always comes first, and let's be honest, men like him are rare. Seeing someone so devoted to love and family makes us believe that true love still exists. But it's not just about the sunny days and good vibes. One of the biggest reasons for the family's relocation is Alejandra's nonprofit work. The couple is deeply involved in Hogarcí, an organization dedicated to ending homelessness in Spain. Alejandra has made it clear that their goal is bold but simple. Within 5 years, no one will sleep on the streets. That's a powerful mission, and they're fully committed to making it happen. Oh, and just in case you missed it, Alejandra is 33 years younger than Richard. So how did this unexpected romance unfold, and what keeps their connection so strong? Let's take a closer look. Alejandra Silva was born in 1983 and is a Spanish publicist and human rights activist. Silva is passionate about helping those who need it, and she isn't afraid to get down and dirty doing it. The Spanish activist worked with a nonprofit hoping to end homelessness in Spain, her home country. "I've slept on the street to understand the struggle of the homeless. I'm not scared of rolling up my sleeves and diving into work. If I do something, I put 100% effort in. If I can't, I'd rather not do it," she said. Third time seems to be the charm for Richard, as he has now met who he calls the love of his life. The pair met when Alejandra was a young girl, as Gere was a family friend of her dad's. The family lost touch with Gere before Silva was a teenager, but they reconnected by chance again in 2014, and she was now married with a son. The Pretty Woman actor was visiting Positano in Italy, and he went to the hotel he was going to stay at. Alejandra was managing the hotel at the time as her family owned it. A friend reintroduced them, and they both instantly felt a very strong connection. Speaking about how they first met, Alejandra said, "We looked at each other and felt a very strong connection. We couldn't stop looking at each other all night, and since then we haven't been apart." She said that he sent her flowers until she agreed to go on a date with him, and it obviously worked. They began dating very quickly, even though the conditions weren't exactly ideal. When they started seeing each other, both Gere and Silva were going through divorces. Though this could have made their relationship more difficult, they used the shared experience as a way to bond and connect with one another. Love stories with a complicated beginning, where you have to overcome difficulties together, can bring you closer. I'm sure I did have some doubts at some point. In the beginning, he was more convinced than me. But from very early on, we felt that we were destined to be together, Alejandra said. At the time, she was divorcing a businessman, and the pair share a son, Albert. Richard was on his second divorce. He first married Cindy Crawford in 1991, and the pair divorced in 1995. 7 years after the divorce from Crawford, he married Carrie Lowell, who is the mother of his first child, Homer. Richard seemed to have met his match when he fell in love with Carrie. Out of all of his wives, the Law and Order star was the closest in age. She was only 12 years his junior. However, things turned ugly once Carrie filed for divorce in 2013. The pair quickly reached a joint custody agreement on their son, but their court battle was drawn out for 3 long years. By the time his divorce was finalized, Gere was already 2 years into a relationship with Alejandra, and even through the stress of a divorce, he had never been happier. It is unknown when the couple got engaged, and all the details about the proposal were also kept private, but Silva splurged a few little details about it in an interview. She revealed, "This was a private moment just for the two of us. But what I can tell you is that he asked me to marry him in the most romantic hotel I've been to, in Saint-Paul-de-Vence in the south of France, on my birthday. I get emotional just remembering it. How sweet is that?" Before their wedding in 2018, the activist changed her religion for Gere. Silva was raised Catholic, and she converted to Buddhism. The Spanish beauty has said that even though she was born a Catholic, she feels as though Buddhism was already inside her. She believes in reincarnation, so that's why she thinks she was Buddhist before realizing it. Talk about committing to her partner. Speaking about changing her religion, she said, "I'll be eternally grateful to him. No doubt about it. Thanks to Buddhism, my life has changed." When the wedding day arrived, it was just as romantic and extravagant as you can imagine. They converted Richard's New York ranch into an Indian-inspired fairy tale. The couple imported tents from Jaipur and decorated the property with flowers and Tibetan flags. They made their grand arrival in a tuk-tuk to surprise their guests. When he first saw her in her dress, the actor said that she was the most spectacular woman he had ever seen. She revealed, "I couldn't stop smiling. I was very nervous. I said, 'I love you.' The ceremony was beautiful. We exchanged rings our children brought to us. It was so moving." As you can tell, they are both hopeless romantics, and Gere is always singing to his wife. Whether it's someone else's love song or the one he wrote for her, the serenading never ends. He holds true to say she has made him the happiest man in the universe. We can't get enough of this couple. Alejandra has shared that her husband is the most humble, sensitive, affectionate, attentive, funny, and generous man she has ever met. What can I say? I'm so in love. How would you feel if each morning you were asked, what would make you happy today? Not a day goes by that he doesn't mention how important I am to him. Well, it would feel like the best dream ever, Alejandra. In 2019, the couple shocked fans as they revealed they were expecting a baby. At the time, Richard was 70 years old. They welcomed their son, Alexander, just a little less than a year after tying the knot. Then they shocked fans again when nearly 9 months after announcing the birth of the first son, they announced they were expecting again. The actor was almost 72 when they welcomed their second son, and the couple's hearts doubled in size. That took their total number of kids up to 4. Richard's first son was already in his early 20s at the time. After the birth of their first son, Alejandra felt grateful for all the blessings in her life. "I was a little lost, without light, and knowing him gave meaning to my life," she said. The Spanish beauty wasn't worried about having kids with Richard at his age, as she admitted that he has far more energy than she does, and he is much more active. She finds it hard to keep up with him most of the time. She said about the age gap, "In this life, it had to be like this. He has promised me at least 20 good years. He knows I love him madly. Our karma was attracted the moment we saw each other. I'm not ignoring our age difference and what it means to be with a Hollywood star, but when there's such a strong karmic energy, the problems disappear. That's why I've decided to stay in it." Silva also believes it helps that she isn't an actress or model because there is a greater sense of stability in being outside Hollywood. What united the pair the most was their desire to help people who needed it. As a humanitarian, it was the sweetest, most romantic dream that she had, to have a man that supported her unconditional commitment to helping and getting involved with her. The activist is much more vocal about their relationship compared to the Primal Fear actor, but when he does speak about his wife, it is straight out of a movie. He loves that she is a great cook who makes the best salads in the world, that she meditates, is a vegetarian, and a great mother. He said, "I'm the happiest man in the universe. How could I not be? I'm married to a beautiful woman who is smart, sensitive, committed to helping people, who's fun, patient, who knows how to forgive, and has the touch of an angel. And she's also Spanish. The land of kings and queens? You can't get any better than that. Richard Gere and Alejandra Silva have a love story for the ages of all ages. Their relationship proves that love knows no age. From their first date to starting a family, every step of the couple's relationship seems to be taken straight out of a romance novel. Despite all their differences, their relationship is the ultimate testament that love conquers all. It's safe to say that both Gere and Silva will have their happily ever after. There seems to be no obstacle that this power couple can't overcome.